Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming. My name is Olga Suchman, and today we will be sharing best practices of using automation efficiently to liberate insights experts for strategic tasks. If you have any questions, please write them in the chat or Q&A section, and we will reply after this webinar.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Olga Radu. I'm Customer Success Manager at Fastuna. I've been working in consumer insights and market research for the last close to 15 years, and I have experience on both agency and client side. Right now, I'm based in Romania, and prior to that, I used to live in Canada, and I worked there for one of the major telecom operators, Rogers Communications. And right now, I'm back to the agency side. So yeah, kind of have experience on both North American markets and European markets, as well as agency and client side.
And I'm based in Israel. I'm responsible for taking care of new clients at Fastuna, and I have been helping businesses to use new technologies to their benefit for the last 6 years. So now that the summer is over, hopefully most of you had a chance to go on vacation. Please write in the comments, where did you go on vacation this summer?
Let's see. I went personally to Greece, visited Crete, and I also visited Istanbul. How about you, Olga?
I went to Dubai and Poland.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Let's see what...
It was really exciting and nice time.
Yeah, summer vacation is always a pleasure. All right, guys, don't be shy, write something in the chat. Oh, I see some people visited Armenia. Interesting. All right. So I suggest we keep moving. In the very beginning, we want to show you 3 visuals of Expedia.
Went to Disney World.
Disney World. Wow. Atlanta.
Oh,
Georgia. It's cool to see people who are traveling. Yeah. All right, so we'll move forward. So I want to show you in the very beginning 3 images, visual ads of Expedia Travel. And we want to collect your answers and get to know like which of these images you prefer more. And then at the end of the webinar, we're going to show you what consumers actually preferred out of these 3 images. So, okay, image number 1. Go somewhere emails can't. Visual number 2, go where you have nowhere to be. And visual number 3, you've got so much, nothing to do. So once again, this one, second one, third one with their slogans. So please vote which of these you personally like more. We're gonna wait, I don't know, 30 seconds. Please vote.
I'm interested if we can vote as well. I like the hem.
I tried.
Okay, we're getting numbers.
I see votes are coming. Okay, we have to wait a bit.
Yeah.
In the end, after now in autumn, when you look at those visuals, you kind of feel that I want to go back, and no matter which visual I prefer, I would like to have vacation of any of those persons.
Exactly.
All right, votes keep coming. All right, so I cannot stop right now because I see. All right.
I see that people also voting in the chat, but you can just click on the screen as well. So that's how we're going to see the results after. Like Omar put 3, Lori 1.
I see that
Marisa 2.
around 70% voted. If anyone can click more. All right. Let's see the results, right? Let's see the. I see more votes coming. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, almost
Thank
everyone.
Thank you so much, everyone.
All right. Yeah, it's amazing to see such a participation. All right, moving on. So, okay, 44, 22, and 33. We might say that,
Interesting.
okay, it's more skewed towards go email somewhere emails can't. In a way, I feel your pain
Yes,
probably. People just want to get out
exactly.
of the office. All right, interesting. So be patient. In just not couple of 20 minutes, we're gonna show you what consumers preferred. Okay, and for now, let's move on.
Definitely. And we will start with a short intro into what Fastuna is doing. Like, we are coming from different backgrounds, same as Fastuna. It's a marriage of tech agility with deep research expertise.
And why do we call this a marriage? Like, first of all, Fastuna is an automated platform with a bunch of ready-to-use solutions. But in order to make those solutions work properly, you need help of market research experts, even though Fastuna is super simple to use. So we're always here to help, to assist you in launching the survey or interpreting the results. We currently offer services in over 50 markets globally. And our solutions are able to satisfy the need of like close to 80% of most common research tasks. We'll show you later on which kind of solutions we're offering. And on top of that, it only takes 24 hours from launching the survey to getting the results. In most cases, even faster. So yeah.
Yeah, Fastuna is super fast. But let's have a look at the evolution of market research. Was it always like this? Actually, just last month, I returned from the Esomar Congress, where every second session was about AI. Probably some of you were also there, and maybe we even met. However, according to the GRIT report, 50% of the companies have not yet embraced automation. How come? Olga, could you share your experience with automated market research tools? When did you first use it in your path?
Well, in fact, I would say I started using it just as Fastuna. And as I mentioned before, I have around 15 years of experience in market research. And I'm the one who used paper questionnaires in the very beginning of my career in market research. So, by the way, let's do a pulse check. And I want to hear you guys, who of you ever used paper questionnaires? It can be like either you were on the agency side and you were the one working on those questionnaires, or maybe you were on the client side and you knew that your survey was done with the help of the paper questionnaires. Do you see that like pulse check is on the screen? Can you see that? See there's thumb up or thumb down?
Or just put plus in the chat if you used. Yeah, we can see it now.
It works. It actually works. Yeah.
Yeah, 26% of attendees, and no one put that they haven't used. So yeah, interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess
people keep voting. So yeah, paper questionnaires.
Everyone.
I even remember how I was. Yeah, I remember how I was looking at the open-ended answers written in those questionnaires. Yeah, it's like it seems like it's like okay, it's like past life. All right. Interesting. So, anyways, feels like it's not that I'm the only one who remembers that. That's amazing to see that. So, coming back, so part P is these paper interviews, right? So once we started using computers in our day-to-day market research life, then I even remember when online surveys just appeared, that was a breakthrough technology because it allowed you to have the data already input in the computer, which allowed you to spend less time to really gather data. But again, still, the time that it was taking both from the agency or from the client to prepare a brief, prepare the questionnaire, then analyze data, write the report, it was still a lot. But again, right now, what we have with the current literary automation, that can be done way faster.
But let's have a bit deeper look at the steps of common research project. On this scheme, we can see common stages of the project, and you're finalizing brief and multiple iterations, especially if you're also outsourcing to the agency and getting feedback from your team. Then you're programming questionnaires, setting your target audience, and with most DIY tools, automation covers data collection and partly analysis. However, a lot of effort is needed from the researcher to complete these tasks. Much more stages must be automated to make process really efficient. Olga, how much time does each project take when you work this way?
Well, I would say if we take into account online surveys, which is the fastest way to gather information, still without automation, 3 weeks, and that would be minimum. That would be considered fast. From like initiating the survey to getting the final results, including the report. Quite long.
Wow. And in terms of your attention time span, it might takes hours. And if you have several categories with different products, having new packages and AdWords, there could be dozens of parallel tasks.
Don't get me started. A lot of time is wasted, indeed.
Yeah, that's true. Also, it might be very stressful if you don't have clear processes in place. And few teams are pressuring to have the results as soon as possible. Then it looks like this. If insights experts continue to run each project this way, while the business is growing and demanding more and more consumer validation, they may find themselves in the situation of overload, struggling to decide which task to start with and postponing strategic projects. Let's do another pulse check or plus in the chat if you ever found yourself in the situation of overload. I'm really curious now.
Okay, and I'm moving to actually voting. Do we do it here? Right, so, guys, thing is, I personally felt myself in the situation of overload so many times. And the question that arises here is how much time do you actually spend on strategic tasks versus tactical tasks? I want to do the poll on the next slide because, so let's say tactical tasks or strategic tasks. Tactical tasks here would be something like regular design tests, visual tests, concept tests, and strategic tasks. What I mean by that is like Q&A studies, some brainstorming session to gather insights. So speaking of tactical research tasks, on average in a month, how much time do you spend on them? Please vote. You should be, I believe you should see that screen. So it's up to 30% of your time, day-to-day time, 30 to 50% of your work time, or over 50% of your work time. Let's say average month, like think of the previous month. How much time do you think you spent on tactical tasks? Let's say more boring. Sometimes some people find them more boring, more routine, but indeed, how much time did you spend on them? I see the votes are keep coming. So yeah, you can put either plus in the comment, but to see the poll results, we prefer that you vote here, like on the screen. All right. I actually find myself looking back at my career. There were many months in my life when I spent over 50% of my work time on these tactical tasks, and I was always feeling, I don't know, that I had that feeling that I wish I could spend less time on tactical tasks and be doing something more interesting or something more, encouraging, involving.
Have you done, what kind of strategic projects did you work on?
Yeah, I worked on Q&A surveys. I've done a rebranding project for one of the pharmaceutical companies when I was on the client side. But again, I think I could have done more if I was like, I don't know, less busy with tactical tasks. Let's have a look at what people are saying. Oh, that's okay. So half of you spent 50% of their time, and another half less than 50% of the time, let's say like this. Some lucky people, 25% of you spend even less than 30%. That's lovely. I feel jealous.
No, probably
All right,
using already automation. And the thing is that both tactical and strategic research tasks are crucial for business growth. Skipping any of them in long-term result in blind decision-making. So business can miss market opportunities, not to mention wasted resources. Olga, could you share with us a story of Helion's team that you are helping to avoid this situation?
For sure. Let's move on. So the problem with inside Helion was that their insights managers were struggling to keep up with a lot of strategic tasks. And in the end, they didn't have enough time to work on like tactical tasks. And in the end, they were kind of more neglected. And the thing is that they had some limited human resources in insights team. And at the same time, a lot of brands that they have to support. So
sounds like a familiar situation. Yeah, I was speaking to many clients that are approaching us, but how we were able to assist?
To address this situation, Helion opted to use Fastuna's standardized tools, and now they're able to gather rapid consumer feedback and basically work, streamline the product and ad creation process. So it's kind of routine, fast, and they can launch the survey, get results the next day, and move on.
Okay, really intrigued. How did they do it?
So first of all, we sat together, we went through their typical research objectives and needs, identified target groups that they need to use, and we explained them how each of our solution works. It's basically right now they can, like, the teams are educated and they can launch projects on their own.
Whoa, that's impressive. And also it's written that you're able to do it within a month. How much time do they spend now on each project after implementing the process?
Oh, indeed, like 24 hours. So I mentioned that before, but Fastuna has preset solutions. So these preset questionnaires, they're already translated in all world languages. So if you want to launch something in Germany, the questionnaire will be in German. In France, in French. In the States, English. Yeah, so they don't waste time over there. There's no chance to make really mistakes. So launch only takes, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. And then again, before launching everything, like I analyze what they input there, and I'm the one who is in charge of the final launch. So once the survey is completed, results are presented. Yeah. So again, once the survey is completed, results are there in online dashboard. They are updated in real time. So even if you have 2 respondents who just, I don't know, completed the survey, you already see the interactive dashboards based on their answers.
And what about target audience? Do they have to set it up every time?
If they want to do the survey on wide target audience, they can select age, gender, and geography. But if they want consumers of certain types of products, they tell us to create this target group. Thing is, with Helion, because they chose us as a long-term partner, we already figured out which target groups they're commonly using. So if for brand A, they're using this target group, it's already done for them, created for them. So if I'm the brand manager of that particular brand, I'm going to select from the drop-down menu, and I will find my target group that is of my interest. So I don't need to, again, waste any time just asking Fastuna to create a target group for me. It's already there.
Does it mean that marketers and non-researchers can launch surveys?
Indeed, they can. So the situation before was that marketers were coming to one insights manager within the company, and that insights manager was supposed to handle all the surveys. As a result, lack of time to do anything else from that in the life of that insights manager, Natalia in our case. But right now, we have over 30 users coming from Helion, and they can launch surveys on their own. They don't need Natalia's involvement. They already have pre-approved target groups. They know that this solution works for their needs. And yeah, so basically they work with us directly.
Sounds so simple, but is there a catch somewhere?
Not really a catch, and again, there's no chance to make a mistake because we do verify everything before the launch. So
what is Natalia saying about this change?
She's actually very happy. Now she can focus on more strategic tasks. Yeah, let's say she's not bothered on day-to-day basis to launch tactical tasks because they're done through us. So yeah, she's more free and more happy, I think, in her work.
And also, it sounds like a win-win situation and indeed beneficial for business. Those are main three benefits. Best product and communication ideas make it to production, and businesses are not wasting human resources or budgets on vague ideas, while insight managers are focusing and ensuring that business is going to stay ahead of competition. I think that almost everyone related to the story according to our pulse check, but some people were not voting. So in case you didn't relate to the story, your business might be losing from not having research in place at different stages of new product development. But don't worry, we got you covered. We prepared a full checklist of NPD process where research must take place. And here it is.
So yeah, on this chart, you can see the NPD process in ideal reality. So you start with ideas, turn them into, yeah, like insights, create concepts out of those insights that you think will be working, that results showed you that they're working. So you create concepts, then after that you create a product that you launch on the market. But in fact, it's kind of ideal world. In reality, a lot of companies start from the process, which is step number like even 4, concept writing. And they think that they're saving time and money and effort on not doing the previous stages and just going straight to concept testing, because why bother? Why do the early check? Just do the concept. But in fact, they can end up having concepts that have no potential on the market. And the reason for that would be wrong insight, like they're based on the wrong insight. Like you can work more to make the concept more clear, more, I don't know, liked, but if it's based on the insight that is not appealing to the target audience, it's not going anywhere. So you will have a chance to launch just a product that will fail in the next few months. So my thinking is why they start with this stage is because first of all, they think it's expensive to test products on early stages, and second, they think it will take forever. And indeed, even 5 years ago, it could take months, sometimes even years, to develop the successful product. Right now, with new methods that are available on the market, with using automation, you can literally go through the whole NPD process within a week, because you can identify, let's say, ideas in just one day, choose the winning from them, take a couple of days to create, make them, form them into concepts, test those concepts, identify the winning concepts, what works there, what doesn't work, update the concept, test them once again. It will only take you a week, indeed. And you will have the answers to all your questions, if you use automation, of course.
Yeah, it seems that we are living in this rocket that is at a very high speed going somewhere. So for sure, we don't have enough time to go through the whole checklist today. And as you see, there are other steps for product testing and marketing, communication testing. But we would love to share it with you so you can find out where your business is missing your insights and become research superheroes. But please put plus in the comments if you would like us to share the full checklist with you after the webinar, and we will send it over to you. I'm going to do it even tomorrow morning. And now to sum it all up, what we wanted to bring up today is that continuous exploration of insights is essential for business growth. Both tactical insights are essential and strategic. The goal of automation there is to increase efficiency, which comes only with standardization, education, and processes. And you need to automate and delegate typical tasks to liberate yourself for strategic insights.
And yeah, now that we've come up to the end of the webinar, remember in the very beginning, I told you we're going to vote for the visuals of Expedia Travel, and then I'm going to show you which of the visuals actually won, right? So I'm just going to remind you which images we reviewed. So if you, the first one was this one, go somewhere emails can't. Second, go where you have nowhere to be. The third, you've got so much, nothing to do. And the results were that, let's say, most of you, but again, we don't have such a large group of respondents here. But anyways, go somewhere emails can't seemed like the one that appealed most to the audience. So let's have a look at the actual results. Okay, it's this slide. So on the right side of this slide, you can see each of those images, and you can see how they scored in terms of each of the KPIs. Green means that it's above the norms. Yellow means it's kind of slightly below the norms, and red means on that particular KPI, that particular visual didn't score well, scored significantly below the norms. And on the left side, this is the numbers of 68, 65, and 63. That's the numbers coming from general perception score. What that means? General perception score is the KPI calculated based on the responses on several questions. And so it's based on overall liking, it's based on purchase intent, motivation to learn more, and motivation to tell others about this product. So as you can see, all visuals were green. So they scored above the norms. And the question here is like, how come and which one we should choose if we were Expedia? So thing is, if you look once again at the messages they were telling is go somewhere emails can't, go where you have nowhere to be. And the third one, you've got so much nothing to do. So basically, and you look at the visuals, you see that they're based on the idea of zoning out from your day-to-day life, from all the routine that surrounds you, just going somewhere where you can be all by yourself. So zoning out. So again, clearly here, Expedia did a proper NPD process, and they were able to identify the insight that appeals to their target audience. That is why no matter what visual you have here, if all of them are based, and they are based on this insight of zoning out, and of course the image should just well match the idea, but then in this case, like all the visuals scored well, and Expedia can actually use all of them for variety, but they are based on the same insight. They don't have different insights they are based on. So yeah, that's the importance, speaking of the importance of testing products concepts like from the early stage to later stages. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Olga, so much for this brief explanation. For more valuable insights and fun cases, follow us on LinkedIn, it's here. And also, AI is knocking to your door and ours door and everyone's door. So we will soon introduce our solution, auto moderator for in-depth interviews. And those who would like to participate in product testing, feel free to reach out. And if you want to implement efficient automation with Fastuna, it takes only weeks, including Teams training, and then you can move to AI. Now we have maybe a couple of minutes for Q&As. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Olga, thank you so much for your time and for the effort that you put into the session today. We really appreciate it. Just to reiterate, if you're looking to ask a question, please feel free to put it into the Q&A widget, and we'll be able to ask Olga what it is that you'd like to know. As a start, we are running a little bit over, so hopefully you can both stay on the line just for a couple of minutes. One of the questions that have come in is, what are some common challenges that businesses face when trying to implement research automation tools?
Yeah, I'm gonna take this one. I believe that the most common challenge is actually to create a proper process in order to make automation work. So that's also something that we can help with, but I guess that is the crucial thing.
Yeah, I agree with it.
Fabulous.
And I think we have a question from Marisa.
So Marisa is asking a couple of questions, so maybe we can take them one at a time. So the first one, indeed, we've already kind of looked at. But to go on from there, are there any specific industries or types of business that you can benefit most from, research automation, or is it applicable across the board?
I think that it's applicable across the board. Because I think now in our century, if you don't yet use automation, you're kind of left behind. So I wouldn't say that there are some companies or some businesses that can benefit more from that, but I think you have to use it, otherwise you're yeah.
I think that is also something that we see from our clients, that they are across industries. We are working with B2C companies mostly, or B2B2C companies, but it's definitely cross industries and can work for anyone.
Phil, indulge us in one last question, because as I say, we're a little bit over time, but what are the key considerations for insights managers when selecting a research platform for their organization?
That's a really great question. And actually, we're gonna be speaking with our client Bayersdorf in Berlin on Monday about this, and what they told us why they were choosing Fastuna. That first of all, it was really important for them to have people that care, and behind the platform there should be human beings that really care and want to make things work and help. And regarding the Fastuna, for example, for them it was a great balance between super efficient automation and technology and agency level of support. And those are what we know, but it's interesting to know what anyone else thinks.